The Wendy Palmer Show is presented by the UNCG Alumni Association. Hello and welcome to the first ever Wendy Palmer Show. I'm joined here by none other than Wendy Palmer herself, who is now leading the team 3-3. We're about to dive into some footage, but before then, Wendy, what are your thoughts on the season so far?
Well, the season is coming along not as I would have hoped. Losing 2 games early that I thought the team was ready to win and kind of make a statement coming into this year. But it has been bumps in the road, and I think we have learned from our mistakes that we made in those 2 games. And I do feel that we're headed in the right direction, and the young ladies are working really hard. So
the first half was back and forth, with UNCG just down by a bucket at the end of the first. You can see Missouri making a nice 3 in that shot of the first period. But the Patriots seemed to gain some control towards the end of the second half, ending that half up 37-24. What was the message to the girls at halftime?
During halftime, I told them that this team was not going to go away and they were not going to lay down, and that we had to come out and fight and work really hard. In that game, we didn't play the first half pretty much. We didn't stick to any of our principles defensively, and we were stagnant on offense. And so we came in, we had a better second half, but when you dig a hole like that and you play the whole first half trying to play catch up, it becomes tiring, and we essentially ran out of energy, and our focus wasn't where it needed to be to beat Francis Marion. I mean, they're a scrappy team. They played really well. So those are the games that we can't drop, but it was all about us coming out and doing what we needed to do, and we didn't.
And you mentioned that the second half was a lot better than the first half. But in the fourth, you got into a little bit of foul trouble, and the Patriots were very good at the line, averaging at 85.2% on free throws. Going that late into a close game, what's the best way to manage those fouls in the fourth period?
We can't make them. That's the best way to manage fouls. We have to make sure that, especially down the stretch in a tight game, you're going to have to give space. You can't have, the one touch, because the referees are going to call it tough. And it was nothing. I never blame the game on the referees. They are out there to do a job. That was totally our fault. Francis Marion was just really good that night, and they played hard. They played well. And one of the things I stress to the kids is we can't allow them to score with the clock stopped. And we can't trade baskets, and we traded baskets. And then down the stretch, crucial mistakes, trying to dribble through a press, turnovers that killed us.
This was undoubtedly a bit of a tough loss for you guys, but since then, you have improved dramatically with a record of 2-1. For lack of better terms, was this a little bit of a wake-up call for the girls?
I think it was a wake-up call for the young ladies. Sometimes they tend to take things lightly, and I've told them the entire year that we're going to have to come out and fight every night. We're going to have to work hard and to gain some respect.
Well, you guys certainly came back strong against High Point, taking an 82-72 victory. The story of this game can't exclude the outright dominance of Lucy Mason, who broke both her personal career high as well as the individual single-game record for UNCG by beating Anna Parker's 35-year record of 38 points in a single game. Wow. Wendy, what a performance by Lucy Mason.
She definitely was in the zone that game, in the High Point game, and she's been working really hard. Lucy has stepped up and been an amazing leader to this point, and that was one thing that she struggled with in the past. But she's working really hard, and that game, I didn't even realize she had that many points. I just know that she was feeling it, and I could tell she was in the zone. Definitely didn't want to comment on it while the game was going,
right,
and just wanted to continue to run things that would get her looks.
You maintained the lead most of the game, coming in with an early 6-2 lead, leading at the half, all throughout the third, and clenching the win by 10 points. Here you can see Harris, who had a tremendous game with 11 points. What was the difference in mentality?
We just wanted to dominate. We just wanted to put on display the things that we have been working on, and the kids really remember last year where we struggled late in the game against High Point, and they went on to win. So I believe that they were really fired up for it.
Well, they definitely had the dominant performance that you said you were looking for. See a little bit of footage from Harris and Jade. Great performance from Jade, who had a double-double with 14 points. Shanice Harris also had an outstanding game. You can see basket after basket of hers, really putting a lot in that game.
Jade had a great game. She She's at her best when she doesn't think, and she just goes out there and play. And she's battling back from a couple tweaks here and there, small, I don't want to say injuries, but things she's been dealing with. And she has a great attitude. She's working really hard, and I think it's all starting to click for her now.
And you can see footage, Jasmine, Missouri. We can't talk about that game without looking at her. She had 15 points, great performance. As a senior, she's really stepped up. What has her development looked like?
She has matured so much, and she's like the engine that keeps us going, and she's a spark defensively. Defense is her thing, and it fuels her offense.
There you are talking to Jazz right there. You say Jazz and you give her the thumbs up, and you can just see the pride when you're talking to her and when you were talking to Ariel, because she made her first career points.
Jazz drove to the basket, and she often gets frustrated because she misses the shot, and I just wanted to look at her and say, hey, you got it, and just to calm her down. But this team this year is a lot of fun to be around, and I'm really enjoying the journey that we're on.
Well, and it's been fun to watch, because every time on the sidelines, like when Ashley and when Ariel scored their first two, the bench just exploded, and there's really a sense of camaraderie and a sense of the team really wanting each other to do.
They're sisters keepers, and they want the best for everyone. They are stepping up in the leadership role. If someone's not doing what they're supposed to do, I really don't have to discipline. I can walk into practice and see someone's running, and sometimes I ask and sometimes I don't. And so that was part of my vision for my programs, and that's always something since I decided I wanted to be a head coach. That has been one of the things that I wanted for my program, to be a self-governing team and to build a tradition and to hold everyone accountable.
Well, Wendy, we'll be with you for the journey. Every 2 weeks, we're going to have the Wendy Palmer Show, and we'll get to see updates and see all the game footage. And Wendy, thank you so much for your time. When we get back, we'll have Lucy Mason.
Hi, I'm Barbara Corcoran. To sell your home on time for the most money, you need a sharp agent with a marketing strategy that creates the most demand. Bottom line, you need a partner willing to put their own money on the line for you. In Greensboro and Winston-Salem, it would be Jason Bramblett. He attracts hundreds of buyers and creates so much demand that Jason can guarantee if your home doesn't sell at a price and deadline you agree to, he will buy it. Partner with the agent I trust. Go online or call and get your home sold.
Add big flavor to your next get-together with Subway Catering, featuring good-to-go boxed meals with a side and freshly baked cookie, crowd-pleasing giant subs, and piled-high sandwich platters overflowing with flavorific choices. All made the way you say with everything you love, like jalapenos and Chipotle Southwest sauce. Subway Catering is simple and satisfying, a great value for any budget. Just call 877-360-CATER or visit Subway.com and let us take care of any occasion. Subway, cater fresh.
Lucy Mason joins me in studio today, coming off an impressive week where you were SoCon Player of the Week and broke your own personal record of 42 points scored in a single game. That beat Anna Parker's record of 38 in a single game set in 1979. That's a pretty impressive way to start your senior year, Lucy.
It was a good team win for us. Definitely needed to bounce back. But we're just trying to set ourselves up for a good SoCon tournament and SoCon season. So that starts with these non-conference games early in the season.
So talking about your senior year and as a team, what's the best part about being a senior so far?
I would say just being able to see the growth in not only the other seniors and myself, but also in the freshmen and the team and things like that. You're actually able to see progress. And that's something that as a freshman you might not necessarily see, but as you have more time with the team, you can definitely see those characteristics and those things.
Well, Lucy, we know that you can shoot the ball. Everyone knows that she can shoot the ball, but what everyone might not know is that you're an African American Studies major. And tell me a little bit about that program.
It's an amazing program here on campus. I've had a chance to work with pretty much all of the professors in the department, and they're all very supportive of my athletic career, but also making sure that after basketball I have something to fall back on. And so they've all been a great support. They've helped with scheduling classes and things like that. So I really appreciate them and the opportunities that they've allowed me to have.
Was that something that you decided you wanted to major in while you were here, or was it a draw? Like, did you come to UNCG partly for that degree?
I did. UNCG was actually the only school that actually had a program. Other places had a minor in it, or other schools had maybe a class here and there, but UNCG actually had a program in a department where I can get a degree in it. So that was a big time influence in me coming here. And then, through that, I was able to also explore other interests in the library. I was able to do an internship in the library over the summer, researching some of the school's first or earliest African-American staff and faculty here. So, it was a great experience, and it was something that I got to do that I might not do otherwise. So it was fun.
Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you're juggling a lot all at once. Everyone, that's Lucy Mason. Lucy, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. This is the Wendy Palmer Show, our first of the year. We will have it every 2 weeks. And Lucy, it was great having you. The Wendy Palmer Show is presented by the UNCG Alumni Association.